Hello, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to try to bust through this real fast. Honestly, I'm a little nervous. This is the first time I've done one of these for Make. I've leaned heavily on my upline and the ones that they do, but I'm like, it's time that I just do my own because I love Make. There's nothing that I'm trying to hide. I trust everything that the company does, that my upline does, but it is a little bit different when it's coming from me and my heart. So I'm actually going to start with a quick prayer to calm my nerves. Holy Spirit, I thank you that you are here and that you're working. I thank you for my friend watching this right now. Lord, would you just help me get across what I'm supposed to say? And Lord, if this is something that you want her to do, just help her know. Give her clarity and wisdom and give me peace, whatever. In your name, amen. All right, so I'm kind of having this with different people in mind just because I know that everyone's kind of at a different spot. Some of you have been watching and you're like pretty much ready to go. You're just watching this as that final, like, do I really want to do this? And others of you maybe have been seeing my stuff on Instagram, but you're kind of in the doom scroll and you haven't really been paying attention. So I'm kind of trying to do the fastest overview of what all of it is. Okay. And then my like kind of tagline, doing all things for the glory of God and the good of others. I think if God's not in this, I don't want anything to do with it. But so far in the last year plus a few months, like he has been working and in it. So Make, what are they trying to do? They are trying to make health smarter, make purpose clearer, make better leaders, make bodies healthier, make communities thrive, make minds sharper. Pretty much what they said they would do, they are actually doing, where they're not just trying to push a product, make a buck. They are actually trying to help families, us as individuals build leaders. Like they care about the whole person, which I absolutely love. And we're going to go into a little bit. So if you don't know, they are the leader in the bioactive peptide space. What is a peptide? I had no idea before, but peptides are already in your body. They're already in nature. What a peptide is in like scientific terms is it's just a chain of amino acids. And their function in your body is to tell you how to function. So your peptides in your body tell it every function that it's supposed to do, but sometimes they're not telling them the right thing. Sometimes we tax them so much that they just aren't doing their job. So the fact that we can take peptides from nature, put them in our body recognizes them and it like retrains them how to do these functions well. Things like have better energy, muscle repair, fat loss, brain focus, mood stabilization, hunger, hormones, like all of those things. It's actually like speaking. It's no longer just a nutritional supplement, which those have their place, but it's not like a vitamin and mineral that you're just hoping your body knows what to do with. Peptides are like the target telling your body, hey, this is what you do. Peptides, however, have been around for over 40 years, but they've always been created synthetically in a lab. So those are called synthetic peptides or therapeutic peptides. The very first one and like most well-known one is insulin for people who have diabetes. Like that is a peptide. It's telling them like how to use the insulin, how to produce it in their body. And then there are a lot of common peptides now for weight loss and all of that stuff. But with that, your body doesn't recognize it, which is why a lot of them um, have a weird and not pleasant side effects, why they're really expensive, why you have to cycle on and off, why you have to have a doctor like prescribing them and all of this stuff because they're made in a lab. They are more like a drug and they have their place. Make has like made it known we're not trying to replace things. We're just creating a different solution for people who want it, like me, because the difference is ours are natural. They're not synthetic. They are ingested. So they're either in a pill form or like a stick pack form, not injected. They're convenient versus complex. That's like there's no need to cycle. You can be on these for life if you want, and you can take all of them. They don't, mix poorly. And you can take them with other drugs. Like they're not a drug. Okay. They're just a wellness supplement that works with your body's functions. And so they don't have that stuff and they're affordable versus if you look into synthetic peptides, they're quite expensive. And so how did Make like come across this in the short version is they found some biotech labs over in the UK who's using AI technology to figure out like where peptides are in nature and how they can actually like individually unlock things in our body and then create ways to protect it through the digestive tract. So an example, one of the products uses a peptide from a fava bean. Now, you could eat 1,000 fava beans and you would never actually receive the same benefits that Fit has because it wouldn't survive the digestive tract. So that was like a huge thing as well. And one thing, they had the CEO of that biotech lab come and talk to all of us. And she was saying if they just like hand did all of the calculations, it would taken them, I think she said 100 million years. And so that is like one of the benefits of AI technology is it's been able to figure all of that out. And they have the patent on that technology, and now we have the partnership with Make. So we have partnered with them. However, everything is manufactured here in the US. And one thing that is also huge that you can find on the Make website is their never list, but they only use the cleanest of ingredients. They don't even use sugar in any form in their stuff. They do have what is it? I can't remember the word. Not stevia, but like something where like even if you were allergic to stevia, you could have this because it's the fermented, I think is what it is, the fermented version. So anyway, if that is important to you, which it is to a lot of people, making sure that we don't have anything synthetic, anything bad, any sugars, dyes, whatever, like none of that is in their products. And the really cool thing is that right now they have 7 products total, but like this is just the start. They plan to just continue to expand because peptides, there are so many of them and can help so many functions in the body, but their platforms are for the brain, for body, for beauty, and beyond. So, what we're going to do real quick is just go through the 7 products that they have. So 5 of them have peptides, and the 2 at the end are support products. So the first one is Fit. It's clinically proven to, if you jump down, support natural muscle recovery process, um, protects normal muscle mass to support healthy aging, reduce recovery time after exercise. So pretty much what it is that your body is made of muscle. So it's not just like your biceps, but all of the organs, like all of the muscles in your body, they age. And at the age of 30, like that starts to decrease, which is why people get hurt more easily, have more aches and pains, how we get like old and crippled as we get older because your muscles just aren't able to maintain. And so Fit actually goes in there and helps with this. It's like kind of that age reversal where it's having our muscles perform better. It also decreases inflammation, which has been huge for so many people in the customer testimonial group of from things like having arthritis, of needing hip replacements, and all of a sudden like this has helped, to just like aches and pains, people who have had chronic pain, like this has helped them. And then with that, it also increases NAD plus levels, which is like cellular energy. And so that's huge. The next like bestseller is Lean. Once again, they don't put anything gross in their peptides. So any of them that they couldn't make taste good are in pill form. So for me, I was like, ugh, pills. But I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. Like you could break open the pill and like take it that way, but it does not taste good, which is why they just do it this way. So it's simple. So Lean is the one that is going to target visceral fat. So in the clinical trials, um, all the weight that was lost from the people taking it was from fat. So that's one of the big, huge things from the synthetic peptides, like the GLP-1s. They make you lose weight, but it's some of it is muscle, but some of it is bone density and did I say muscle? Some of it's muscle, some of it's fat, some of it's bone density. Lean only targets fat, and 65% of that is in the trunk area. So that like tummy area, that's really hard, especially once you've had kids, to work on with continued use. And of course, making sure that we are pairing it with nutrition and exercise, but nothing extreme. Just like take care of your body. This is the thing. If you feel like nothing else is working, that really tips that scale. Along with it, it works with your ghrelin and leptin, which are your hunger and satiety hormones. So you actually don't crave this stuff. That's been huge for me personally, of like feeling like, oh, I don't actually crave the Halloween candy that is still sitting in there. And when I feel like, oh yeah, I want some ice cream, I can have a little bit and then be like, oh, I'm good, I'm done. Um, so yeah, this is huge for people who want to lose weight, but also for people who just want to tone up and work on body composition. The new one that just launched, that is the one that I am screaming from the rooftops, is Restored. Restored is one that helps people get to sleep faster, stay asleep longer, and then increase their REM sleep and their deep sleep, which is the ones that are actually going to make the biggest difference. There are a lot of things on the market that might help you get to sleep faster, but that's it. They're not actually helping you get deeper sleep. And if you get woken up, it's like, oh, well, too bad. With this, my husband and I have been using it for 2 months now, and he said this is the best sleep he has gotten since we started having kids. For me, like that's enough to just like go all in with this product. Um, but then the other thing to note is you are not being sedated. So if your kids or your pets or your husband or whoever needs you in the middle of the night, you actually wake up feeling more ready to help them. You're not as drowsy, and then you can get back to sleep faster. Um, and then the other thing to note on this is like, why do we need more REM sleep and more deep sleep? Because that is when our body actually repairs itself. So if you feel like you're doing all the things but not seeing the results you want, it's probably because you're not sleeping as well as you could. So these three paired together are kind of their new big thing that they just launched. They're calling it the Make Three Breakthrough. And it's the push that, like, starting yesterday, they're really going for. And so what it is three peptides, three lifestyle changes, 3 months of support. So you get this pack that has those three in it, along with a beautiful glass Make branded water bottle. Pair it with three lifestyle changes. And so what they suggest is getting steps in each day, at least 7,500. Having a good bedtime routine, because yes, Restore is going to help you sleep, but you know what else is going to help? Making sure that you don't have screens on 30 minutes before bed, having a consistent night bedtime for yourself. And then the final lifestyle change is just a simple nutrition like upgrade. So they're saying like maybe dial back the sugar, increase the water. They're not saying like, hey, follow a huge meal plan and cut something out huge. They're like, no, just make like a small shift, a shift that you can actually keep going, because the goal is to have 3 months of it, of the peptides, of the lifestyle changes. And after 3 months, if you don't see a difference, they're actually going to refund all of your money from the last 3 months, which I'm like, yes, let's put our money where our mouth is. It's incredible. But whether you love these three or you want more, you're like, take me through the other ones. So Energized is the one that I often talk about. Having some right now. Um, it actually has two different peptides in it. One is for sustained energy, and it's working at the cellular level, and it helps with your adrenals. So most caffeine, this does have 100 milligrams of natural caffeine, as does the Fit. But it works with your adrenals instead of taxing them. So instead of you crashing and feeling like you need more later, this is something that you're like, oh, this is good. A lot of people say that when they drink it, they get a quick hit of energy as well. Honestly, I don't feel that as much, but what I do feel is the sustained energy. I like to drink Fit in the morning, Energize right after lunch, and the two of those combined just carry me through the day so beautifully. No jitters, no crash, no tingles, no nothing. But then the thing that I think is just so incredible about Energize is that second peptide that people don't talk about nearly as much. And it's the one that actually increases your serotonin and dopamine levels, helps regulate your cortisol, which also Restore does. Like when you sleep, your cortisol is being restored. But for me, when my third kiddo came along, I felt mom rage in a way that I just had never had before. Just like the constant noise and overstimulation, I would just snap before I could even like breathe, or before I could pray, or before I could like figure out how I wanted to respond. I would just snap and yell and then cry because I felt so guilty, because that's not the mom that I want to be. And so I started drinking Energize for the energy, because at the time Ellie was not sleeping through the night. I was getting up multiple times to feed her. And so I needed energy sustained through the day. And then within 2 weeks of drinking it, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm in these same situations where before I was snapping. And all of a sudden, like, I'm still feeling kind of overwhelmed, but I'm not snapping. And I'm able to think through, okay, how do I want to respond? What words do I want to say? Like, what kind of mom do I want to be? Am I still perfect in that? Of course not. But now I feel like I have a choice. And I feel like a lot of moms need that. I don't know if you do, but I did. And so yeah, Energize is one where I'm like, I think it's incredible. Focus is so powerful. It's a mix of nootropics and peptides designed to help you if you deal with stress, if you deal with anxiety, and if you deal with like any type of focus issue. So I do have a good friend. She is diagnosed ADHD. She took that, and like she's medicated for it. She tried Focus, and she said within an hour of the first time that she took it, she was like, this is the game changer. I didn't realize that my stimulants, like what they were doing to my brain, and that there was another way my brain could work and could function. So now her and her husband are using it. And I have heard so many testimonials like that. And then a lot of other people use it. Maybe they don't have ADHD, but they're just like, I just have like that mental fog, and this is going to help lift that. What I also love that I like to point out too is that I am already a pretty focused person. My brain works pretty much like that. So when I take Focused, like maybe it helps a little bit. I did actually take a focus just before this because I was like, you know what? I could make sure that I'm dialed in. And I feel pretty dialed in right now, but I don't feel this massive change because my body already works that way. And I think that is also such a huge testament to these products is like if your body is already functioning well in one category, it's not trying to like change it and force it to do something. So if like the messenger comes and says, "Hey, do this way," and your body's like, "I'm already doing it this way." They're like, "Okay, great." And they give each other a high five and they move on. Like that's how I think of it. So yeah, that is focused also very powerful. I don't talk about it nearly enough just because it's not part of my story and what's really changed thing for me, but there is testimonial after testimonial of people that I personally know and people that I see online just saying that this has been such a game changer for them. Okay, so there are two support products. The support products are still amazing, but they don't have peptides in them. So, excuse me. Hydrated is just their version of an electrolyte drink, but the really cool thing about it, on top of not having any sugar or junk added to it, two things. One, it has proper sodium levels. Some other ones, like LMNT, have a ton of sodium, and you probably don't need that much sodium in your life. Maybe you do if the doctor tells you you do, but most of us who are just working out normally do not. And so this has proper levels of sodium, but on top of that, it has glycine. Glycine helps your cells to absorb nutrients even better. So this will help with other things that you're eating, making sure that your body's absorbing it well, but it will also help the peptides work better. There are two flavors, grapefruit and tropical. Tropical is my personal favorite, especially mixed with the fit. Incredible. And then the final one is calm. Calm is actually super delicious. You take it like a pixie stick, and it tastes like lemon. But what it does is it immediately lowers your cortisol level and helps you relax. So a lot of people take it before bed. Now with the Restored, before it was kind of the solution before Restored came out, but it is a great way to help if you feel like your mind is racing at night to just help calm you down. However, it's non-drowsy. So you can take it during the day. What I often will take it for is if I feel like I am for some reason about to freak out on my kids and I'm like, I need something right now. I'll take this and it helps me just kind of like feel re-regulated. So that is incredible. So one thing for you, if you are thinking about actually launching a business, is getting all seven. There is a one-time offer that you can get as a new affiliate, which is the launch box. They just decreased the price. It was 500. I think all of this at retail is like 565 or something like that, but you can get it all for 455. So you get all seven products, the beautiful Make Water bottle, and free shipping on that. This is great if you just want to give them all a shot. Like I said, it's a one-time offer, so you can't keep getting this. So this would be like your first month, get this, and after that, you could figure out if that Make 3 Breakthrough, the Restored Fit Lean would be your best option, or if there's some other combination that you personally want, because the goal is for you to get what you want. Not to buy anything else that you don't, but the launch box is going to set you up so that you can try it. And then if anyone else wants to try something, whether in your family or friends, you can at least speak to all of them. So that's definitely the way that I would go if I were you and if you can swing it. So one of the other big things is making potential happen. So like just the sheer amount of potential here, I'm going to go to the last bullet point is peptides are where wellness is going. People are starting to notice them and realize like this is the next way to support our body's best. And Make Wellness is the first one to bring bioactive natural peptides to the market. And that was for a while like hype. It for sure was, but hype can only get you so far. And they were the first company in the direct selling space to hit $100 million in revenue in their first year. If you like look at Chat GPT and ask them, what is that anyway? Like, has anyone else done this? The only one I believe is DreamWorks, and that is a huge company. But any other company, TikTok, Zoom, Nike, Tesla, like whoever else you look up, no one else other than DreamWorks has done 100 million sales in the first month or in the first year. I'm sorry, and they did it in 11 months. Like people are trying these products and they're loving them and they're staying on them. So on here right now, they have a 70% subscription rate, which means people are trying them and then staying on them and loving them. Which for you, if you're going to be an affiliate, is such incredible potential because that's month over month orders and you get between 10 and 40% commission on anything that you sell. I'm going to skip ahead for a second. So anything that you sell. So it's every month, like what is your circle sales is what it's called. So that includes your own order any of your customers' orders and any of your affiliates' orders. So the beautiful thing is if someone does this with you, they're a customer, they love it, they switch over to be an affiliate, that actually doesn't change things for you. You still get paid on the orders the exact same. If you were in Beachbody before, like that was not the thing. As soon as someone became a coach, like you lost commission on their stuff. So for me, I'm like, this is incredible. And what Make has done is they have these guarantees, which makes it so simple to like have targets. So the very first rank is called Rising Affiliate, and that's if you sell $500 in a month. So also, please note, since that includes your own order, if you buy the launch box for $455, if you sell a single other product, you're going to sell $500 and you will guaranteed earn $100. They also just added new perks to this. So for that one, you also get a free ticket to their next event. If you sell $1,000 in a month, you earn $200. For that, you would also earn the flight to the next exotic trip if you earn the trip. And then if you sell $2,000, which is called Premier Affiliate, you earn $500. And if you do that in your first month, you also, on top of the $500, get a $500 gift card. So they have like all these things. You don't have to know all of these. This call is getting way longer than I expected it to be. There's just so much to go over and it's so exciting. But those are some of the guarantees. And so the beautiful thing is like as people are trying this, loving it, people are going to continue to order it. And so it's easier and easier to hit those sales targets month after month and just grow and grow and grow. And yeah, so I'm going to go back to this. And so some other things that are just incredible about this opportunity that I thought were worth pointing out is there's no fees. So when you sign up, you don't pay anything other than ordering whatever you want to order. There's no weird structure. It's not like a pyramid where you have this leg and it depends. No, like there is none of that kind of stuff. And it's wonderful. The integrity and transparency of the leadership has been unmatched, especially in the first year. Like there were some hiccups, there were some bumps. They switched like what IT they were going through, shipping, they switched who they were using for that. Like, and they have been nothing but incredible. And if there was ever an issue, they made sure to make right on it. Like there was one time even I opened up a packet of Fit and for some reason it only had like a tiny bit in it. And so I chatted with customer service and they sent me an entire new box, even though it was just one single pack. That was weird. They're like, we are so sorry. We're going to make this right. And that's kind of what I have heard from them, seen from them. Like they always really care about the customer and are going to make things right. There are definitely bonuses for team growth, which I'll go over in just a second, but that's optional, which is incredible. You can like make significant money even just focusing on the sales side. If you're like, I don't want to lead a team, I don't even want anyone to know that that's an option, like that's fine. You can still do this if that part feels overwhelming. Of course, I will help you with that if that is something you want to do. And with that, there's just unmatched collaboration from corporate, from the top leaders, because people came over. Like, of course, there were a lot of Beachbody people that came over. But then there was a lot of people from Modere and from a lot of other companies and just like incredible people who know what they're doing. And they all like bring their best, not just one time, but constantly to create tools that all of us then get to use. So it's not like, oh, this team does this stuff, this team does this stuff. It's like they all pretty much use like the same assets. Everyone's sharing it. This new Make 3 breakthrough was something they all collaborated together and it's coming from the top down, which is just a beautiful thing. I'm actually being mentored by a few different people who I'm not even in their downline. Like my success helps them in no way, but they just want to see people win. And that's just the whole culture, which is incredible. And the other part with that is their goal and all of our goals is to make it simple. So they've created simple tools, a few different like websites you can use, videos that you can point people to. Like even all of these slides were provided to me. You know, I added a few little notes for me to talk through, but the whole point is like we don't want people to feel like they have to reinvent the wheel. One, because like make it easier on them, but two, make it so that like even if I'm really good at something, the people that I'm bringing on are going to have their own strengths and gifts. So let's make a tool that if you see me being like, oh, she just shares videos and these things, I could do that. Like that's the point. We want everyone to realize like, oh, hey, I can do that because this model, this structure, these products, like it really is something that everyone can share. So we talked about how you can earn money. And my goal for everyone is to get to that level where you're selling $2,000 and earning $500 a month. Because I think that's really where a lot of momentum and growth happens. But I'm not going to put a timeline on that for you. Like I will make that a goal for you. But if you want to do that in a couple years, it definitely doesn't take a couple years. But if you want it to take that, that's fine. If you just want to start aiming for that, earning $100, wonderful. I'm not going to project my goals on you, but know that they are there and they're totally possible. One of the other things they do is they're constantly doing trips. I have yet to go on one just because I'm still trying to build back what I lost with Beachbody as far as income. So we're not yet at a place where I'm like even breaking even. So we're like, okay, we can do trips once I'm breaking even because they look so fun and I know that they like fill my cup. But the one that I'm like, I will earn this and not pay for it is next October. It's an all paid trip to Hawaii. And so that's the one where if you sell the $1,000 and earn $200, you also earn the flight to Hawaii if you earn the trip, which is incredible. So at the $2,000, the premier affiliate, that's when you unlock the ability to earn additional bonuses. That's also where you can earn, it's called tiers. Like this is a whole other thing. Like I can send you the comp plan, but if you have affiliates, you can earn a percentage back bonus on what they sell. But pretty much there are opportunities to increase your sales. And then what they announced yesterday is there is an additional bonus that's called like Founders Bonus 2.0. Pretty much if you sign up between now and March 31st, you have the ability to grow a team and get even more bonuses. You do have to be a premier affiliate and have people who are premier affiliates underneath you. Which is part of the reason why my goal for you is to become premier affiliates. So honestly, so I can unlock some of these to help our family. But it's just incredible the amount of opportunity they're giving everyone. All right, 26 minutes. We will do this in under half an hour. Okay, so if you decide that you want that breakthrough stack, that's the fit, lean, and restored. Those are like the pillars of health. You can order it now, but it's gonna start to ship on December 26th. Launch boxes, you can buy anytime, they ship immediately. Know that for customers, for affiliates, for anybody, you can always get a 10% discount if you put it on a subscription. And then you can change the products that are in that subscription each month. So you can add to it, take away from it, whatever. But if you have a subscription that goes through consistently in month 4, that that discount bumps up to 20%. So that's really how to make it affordable before you even tack on making money from it. No requirements, like I said, truly just potential. So you don't have to post. There's no like you have to post and talk about this 3 times a week or whatever. I know some other affiliate models have that. There's none of that. And then for me, I have a mentorship that I created myself. However, it's me taking the different tools from the different people that I follow. And so it includes a few AI tools and specific GPTs that helps you figure out like, okay, who am I targeting? Who am I trying to help? How do I do that? Instead of just trying to write down like, I think I want this, like let's actually use tools. And then in addition to that, it's just taking you through what's called the 30-minute launch that corporate came out with. But I'm like, let's do it like this. And so it's taking the tools that everyone else has, but like putting my own flair and making sure that it's not overwhelming to anybody going through it. Because I feel like a lot of my friends were in the season of littles where we don't need more, just like we don't need more to figure out. We already have to figure out what to feed our family every day and how to take care of ourselves and how we want to show up as moms and all of this stuff. So the goal is to not make it another thing you feel like you have to figure out, but that's just like presented to you and you just have to like run with it and do it. And the first step is like trying the peptides for yourself and seeing what all of this is about. And know that after my mentorship, which starts December 29th, it runs for 2 weeks, but it's self-paced. So there's not like a certain time you have to be able to do it. You can work ahead. If you get behind, you can always catch up, right? Like I created it with you in mind. But after that, there is a Facebook group. There's multiple Facebook groups you can get in, but one in particular that I've been loving with daily posting prompts. So you just know how to like keep going and keep showing up. So know that you are the right person. You are at the right time and this is your moment. So reach out with questions. I cannot wait to hear what you thought of this. If you made it all the way here, like, can you at least let me know your genuine thoughts? Even if you're like, it's not for me, let me know why. If you're like, I have a tug, I think I want to do this. Yes, let's chat about it. Let's figure out the best plan for you and let's freaking do this. Okay. Love you, friend. Bye.